What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the right side of the map in the blue color playing as Odin. His name is Suppe. His opponent today in the red color playing as Ra. His name is ShadowFaxx. The map is Watering Hole. It's currently 2-1 for ShadowFaxx. Finally proving that Hades has some value in this game. No one else has really been doing it in this tournament so far for me. And Hades wins a game. Feels good. Flavor of the month. Now we're seeing ShadowFaxx moving into his Ra here, getting Watering Hole. Not a bad map for Ra, but one of the better maps for Odin. Generally speaking, Watering Hole can be a very strong map for Ra. You can get really back gold mines like this, next to really good second town centers. Good gold mines over here as well. Very easy to defend against with one wall. Have to use Forest Fire to open this up and push through maybe if you go for any sort of aggressive play. So Watering Hole, incredibly strong for the Ra player to defend. But Odin's going to be hyper accelerated because he's got all the hunt, access to all the hunt. Ra's not going to be able to push him off any of this hunt except for with rock raids. So you have to play around that. And generally speaking, if you can, I advocate for leaving this hunt or leaving any resources alive that are near watchtowers. Because if the rock comes in, or when Hathor comes in, you just retreat back to these resources and then the rock, and you get watchtowers instantly, and then the rock's not going to be able to do much. It'll drop down, it'll get picked off by the watchtower Yoher, so I'll be able to clean up the Petsuchos and be okay. But if you don't do this, then the rock's going to be able to flap around and raid this, or raid this, or raid this, or raid this. Lots of things that can be raided with the rock, but you just have to play around that, and it is a tough one, but it's doable. All right, we're seeing an early monument to the villages here. This indicates that ShadowFaxx probably not going for a 4-minute advance time. He might go like a 4:30 or something. Don't know if he goes for a 2 town center or not in this matchup. I don't mind 1 town centering here as Ra. We go Bast, semi-fast Mythic is really, really strong in this matchup. Just because the Sphinx can run around and do a lot of damage. Other options is simply just 2 town center Tar and try and get some value with your super strong economy. Just moving over onto this hippopotamus, if I can say that. Surprised to see him go for those, to be honest. Well, I guess he wants to leave these for the town center. He does notice the town center, and maybe that means he'll get the town center up with the hunt. But he hasn't spotted like a good gold mine yet because he didn't quite go far enough. So he may not know how good this town center is. It's an okay gold mine, but town center, Migdol stronghold, gold mine, probably Odin's not going to be able to stop. We do see a very forward temple here from Suppe. I actually really like these plays from Suppe because it means he can push off any of the forward hunts, prevent this town center from getting up, things like that. But what it does mean is if he does decide to build his entire military buildings in the middle, he may lose those to some siege tower raids in rocks in the early heroic age if ShadowFaxx notices it. Other than that, you could also lose very hard to a super aggressive classical fight if that's something that ShadowFaxx might go for as well. But there's the ravens coming out, and the other thing that's good about the temple for Suppe is that the ravens pop in the middle of the map, which means they get to their opponent faster, which means they see more of the map quicker. And there's Bast coming through for ShadowFaxx. He is going to move up to this top location. 1 monument Bast. No houses. He's going to get supply blocked, right? 21. Sphinx is 3. Houses going up. 50%. But the house will get up just, so he's fine. The timing is impeccable. Timing is impeccable. But still no second monument. So I do wonder what he's going for with this Bast here. He's got to be just like a classical fight, right? Barracks? No barracks. Doesn't make a Sphinx. Villagers coming out. No second town center just yet. What's he doing? Longhouse coming out. Herser coming out. No walls in his base for Suppe. He can pretty much defend these Sphinx pretty easily with a couple of walls. Valkyrie after the Sphinx immediately. I'm not sure what wins this fight. Sphinx 300 HP. Special ability does quite a bit. Looks like it's fairly even, to be honest. Enough HP and armor for the Valkyrie to win. Ursa coming over, and now the Sphinx has to retreat back, but he's going to retreat back to the home base. Get that sorted. Town Center coming up without the Priest and power. He's going to get that sorted fairly soon. The Priest is going to go after the Raven, which is going to mean that ShadowFaxx doesn't get the idle military banner. Feels bad. And there's a barracks for ShadowFaxx. So 2 Town Center Spearmen raids? I don't know. This seems like something I would not advocate for Ra. But we'll see how it works. He's got two Sphinx here out. We'll see what Suppe's going to have happen here. He's got all the Hersa here. What do you make, though? You kind of have to go raiding Cavalry Hersa, because if it is Axemen, big Eclipse push with Axemen can push through all of these Hersa and then push into the enemy base pretty hard. But ShadowFaxx is going to run out of food, right? He's got Giraffe up here, which he's probably not going to have access to. He's got Rhino over here, which maybe he can defend. I think he probably can. But then you're also running into, like, 2 Town Center here from Suppe in the middle of the map. This is a bit of a risk with Eclipse being in play. It means that Frost is not going to be able to save you in a like a Scarab push or something if maybe ShadowFaxx gets out Scarabs. He's throwing up the armory now. We just see the Priest going after the Valkyrie. The village is going to be jumping into the Town Center. Valkyrie 60 HP, 54 HP. Sphinx coming over. I'm going to clean this up very easily now. If he pays attention, he does manage to kill that one. And with the raiding cavalry running through the main base here, he's going to take a lot of damage from the Town Center and may even fall. The towers won't kill it, but very close. Not enough. Oh, Priest going to help out, though. With its impeccable track rating and throwing rocks. We do see some Axemen over here hitting these villages here, but the Sphinx should come over and be totally fine. There's a couple of very low HP villagers here. And by a couple, I mean one very low HP villager here. Sphinx is going to be able to pick off these raiding cavalry very, very easily. And Suppe kind of throwing away units at this point. There goes 1 raiding cavalry. There goes 2 raiding cavalry. And this third one chilling over here, going to heal himself back up. Now Suppe eating food in the middle of the base, or in the middle of the map. He's pumping out villagers as best as he possibly can. 1 hippopotamus falls over here for Suppe. I see he is booming away very, very nicely. Now we're starting to see some farms coming up for ShadowFaxx. Still surprised to see no wall here. He's thrown one up on this side, but no wall here. Would have made him very, very safe for any sort of raids. Sphinx going after this house here as the unit's coming in for Suppe. He's going to attempt to block these in. He almost gets it. So the Sphinx going to get super bugged out in near town centers. He's going to take a lot of damage, but with Cryo Sphinx, 5.3 speed, enough to run away from these Hersa and be alive. They're raiding cavalry after the Axemen, though. We see another barracks coming up, and now more Axemen getting built. A little bit confusing there. I mean, obviously the Sphinx can deal with these raiding cavalry, but this is enough Axemen to kill off all the Hersa that are being built, for sure. I see another raid now. Priest versus raiding cavalry. Fight of the century. Who wins? It's very close. Imagine this Priest helps out. There we go. It's going to be close. Will the Priest live? No. He goes down. But the other Priest will clean up the raiding cavalry. What's that? 100 gold for 90 resources. But that's food, so food's worth more than gold. Value trade there for ShadowFaxx. So after this, run! Oh, didn't run. Almost got a surround here. Oh, he's going to get the surround? No, box command. Use box command. Ah! So sad. No box command. And the Jukes, the Harrico Sphinx now coming out, 6.36 speed. Going to be able to get home very, very... Oh, no. The raiding cavalry come in. No Jukies. Oh! And the Sphinx dies. That's actually really big, killing off both of those. Lots of wood and favor invested into the speedy Sphinx. Now the raiding cavalry moving in. Gonna look to hit these villagers over here. Do their darndest. There's not really that many units here, to be honest. Do we see Hathor or Sekhmet? No. No rain coming in just yet. Probably going to see a Skadi coming through for Suppe fairly soon. Is there no Thundering Hooves just yet for Suppe? Yeah, a bunch of these raining cavalry dying though. Spearmen coming in. Villagers can fight. Do they have Skin of the Rhino? No Skin of the Rhino. Not abusing Ra. There's Medium Raiders for the first time. Medium Raiders before Thundering Hooves. Living the dream. But Thundering Hooves is incoming. Pickaxe and Skin of the Rhino coming now for ShadowFaxx. Oh, super late pickaxe. That can't be intended there for sure. Surely that can't be intended. I bet you ShadowFaxx wanted Shaft Mine there instead of pickaxe. A little bit of a mistake. That's probably why he's short gold here. No, he's got 876 gold. Never mind. There's the rain. Gonna be able to get up to the next age. Is he still pumping units? Not really. Does he have crenellations? It's a tough life being a raw player. Sometimes you just got to get crenellations. The raiding cavalry retreating away. And, ooh, Suppe going for 3 town centers forward here. No attempted getting to the heroic age here. He's actually really close, just short on gold. You can put some of these wood villages over to gold if you wanted to. Look at all the wood that ShadowFaxx gets though. Big oof, look at this. 6 villages chopping away in this rain. Lots of wood in the bank. Complete abuse. And Sekhmet coming through. Trying his hardest to not lame his opponent here. Wait a second. But seeing this town center, maybe this is the idea. Get full infantry army here. Get that all out. Definitely going to get your upgrades though. And then maybe you can push this with a second Scarab. Seeing the villagers moving forward. He's going for a Migdol? Or what's he? He's going for this gold mine. That's wild. The Raven will spot this though. If Suppe sees it. Meanwhile, Suppe coming up. I'm going to hit this gold mine. No walls here. This is not like ShadowFaxx. It's like ShadowFaxx thinks he's playing on easy mode because he's playing Ra, but he's just... I've never seen ShadowFaxx play like this. Where are the walls? There's Sekhmet though. Migdol's stronghold going up in the face of this Raven. Villagers retreating away. They do have their... They do have their... whatchamacallit. Forest Fire coming out. Oh, Skin of the Rhino, that's what I was saying. They do have Skin of the Rhino. It's not going to get too many, but Forest Fire coming down in an attempt to deny this Migdol stronghold. But with the Pharaoh empowering it, I'm not sure it's enough. Yeah, it's not enough. This gets up, then you just repair it. Back up to full HP very, very quickly. And now a Scarab can come and push through. There's 4 Herser here. Do we see any attempt at... Oh, he's gone Njord? What is he trolling for? Skadi is free win, right? There is Eclipse, I guess. Maybe he thinks he needs to cast Walking Woods to pick off the Scarab because Eclipse comes in perfect clutch timing there. I think he thought that might have been Skadi or something. So now the army coming through. There is a Mountain Giant he has to deal with. The Mountain Giant's actually fairly decent at defending the Scarab because low crush armor, has extra crush damage, does a ton of hack damage as well, has bonus damage against... well, he doesn't actually have bonus damage against against Myth units, which is a bit of a surprise. He does look at the damage it does. Oof. Dead Hierarcho Sphinx. Ursa coming through. Looks like this town center is not going to quite go down. The Axemen that were here are not on top of these Ursa, not helping out. Looks like the Migdol stronghold is going to be falling here. Only 2 priests taking down the Mountain Giants. More Mountain Giants coming out for Suppe as he's able to defend this push here from ShadowFaxx, taking down his only Migdol stronghold here. There is no real answer to the Chariot Archers at this point though, as they're pumping out, but I guess the Mountain Giants are way too much, and ShadowFaxx decides in this moment of the game that Njord is too strong and he has to tap out. GG. Well played. What a game there by Suppe. Going through Njord. Let me just see his resources, just for the sake of it. Okay, so he has enough gold for 2 Frost Giants as well. So this would have worked just as well, I think, with... if not better, with Skadi, but this works, and Njord wins the game. Still have all these idle raiders up here as well. Suppe's just trolling here. ShadowFaxx going with a bit of an interesting strategy, not walling up and keeping his villagers safe. A little bit of a mistake, but I wasn't 100% sure what he was trying to do. He lost those Sphinx early, and that's a big nerf to his timing push. But maybe he could have used the villagers to push as well. I don't know. Sometimes that helps, but. Priests of Ra, very weak units. Without getting funeral rites, myth units very strong against Ra in the early heroic age. And we see Odin taking down a Ra. Looks like Egyptians not that strong after all. If you enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.